It all started with a grande Starbucks cup. Mayhem in the streets, panicked messages on Facebook, vicious slams on Twitter. Despite what you might think, it wasn't over the nonsensical Starbucks names for small, medium, and large, all of which essentially mean big. No, the real crisis was over the lack of Christmas graphics on those red Christmas cups, or to be more politically correct, holiday cups. From WBEZ Chicago, it's This American Life, distributed by Public Radio International. I'm Pearson Klein. Today on our program, The War on Christmas, an American tradition of confusing being politically correct with attacking Christmas. And today on our program, we bring you three different stories, three different ways the war on Christmas is playing out in America. Act 1, politics. Act 2, social media. Act 3, consumerism. Act 1, politics.
All I want for Christmas is a whole bunch of stuff. But anything that you can buy me won't be enough. 'Cause everything I'm hoping for is intangible. Like free healthcare and gun control. If you wanna make the world a better place, say alright, alright, alright.
Republican frontrunner and human Cheeto Donald Trump immediately addressed the dire Starbucks situation in an appropriate and level-headed manner. He proposed boycotting Starbucks and told a crowd in Springfield, Illinois, quote, "I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously, I don't care. That's the end of that lease, but who cares?" Trump added, "If I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you." Ah, yes, this will go down in history books as the great presidential speech defending Christmas. One might compare it to President Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in something and dedicated to that proposition that all men are, I don't know, who cares? Of course, many people had strong reactions to Trump's proposal, and just Trump in general.
I think Trump is just insane. I think he's a complete nut.
So you wouldn't vote for him?
Never.
But this is more than just a current political hot topic. Of course, with the whole slew of presidential candidates in the upcoming election, many are using this war on Christmas as a way of gaining supporters and media attention. However, this war on Christmas has been waged for far longer than most people realize. In the eyes of many younger Americans, the war on Christmas has only been going on for the past couple of years. Prominent figures like Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly have brought it to our attention with lots of aggressive graphics and pointless holograms and quick wit. Personally, I can only remember this war starting a couple of years ago. My childhood Christmas memories are not filled with bomb threat drills and Fox News anchors yelling about the siege of the North Pole. However, this war has lasted since the 1920s, according to Politico. The idea of an attack on Christmas and Christian values was tied primarily to some anti-Semitic feelings in the United States. A collection of these anti-Semitic articles called The International Jew, the World's Foremost Problem, were published in newspapers and magazines during the 1920s. One such article stated, "People sometimes ask why 3 million Jews can control the affairs of 100 million Americans, in the same way that 10 Jewish students can abolish the mention of Christmas and Easter out of schools containing 3,000 Christian pupils." End quote. Of course, with the vast majority of the population identifying as Christian, it was not hard to find supporters of the idea that Jews were destroying the true meaning of Christmas. It seems to me that this is contradictory because, as all Americans know, the true meaning of Christmas is raking in as much money as you can. So by this standard, the Jews were celebrating Christmas much better than anyone was back then. The war over Christmas has lasted longer than any other war in the United States, and miraculously the fewest lives lost. Modern warfare entails Hallmark cards saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, or people selling holiday trees rather than Christmas trees.
How do you feel about saying Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas or Christmas tree versus holiday tree?
I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. See, I feel like for me, like I personally wouldn't be offended if someone like if I wasn't if I celebrated something other than Christmas and someone said Merry Christmas to me because I know that their true intention is to wish me a happy holidays and they just assume that I celebrated Christmas because the majority of people do. But I think it's something to like at least I try to be aware of others. Like if I know if someone's like celebrating Christmas, I'll say like Christmas or Merry Christmas. Or if I know that if like they're not or I have no clue, I'll say Happy Holidays or maybe like Happy Hanukkah or something. And like for the
If
Christmas
you have
tree,
no clue, you'll tell them Happy Hanukkah.
no. But like if I know they're Jewish, I'll say Happy Hanukkah. And as far as like trees, I would always say Christmas tree because like a holiday tree, like what is that? Like
So you think other religions are not allowed to have festive trees?
you can have a festive tree, but like this one's already been like set as like a Christmas tree. Like you can claim it, I guess, but like
So you think Christians have exclusive rights to Christmas trees?
no, that's not what I said. I'm just saying that it's been like I feel like I don't know like that right there. Does that look like a Hanukkah tree to you?
This war on Christmas was revived about 9 years ago by Fox News host Bill O'Reilly when he was promoting the ever-eloquent and future candidate for vice president Sarah Palin and her new book, Good Tidings and Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of a Christmas. She claimed her book had been inspired by companies telling their employees not to say Merry Christmas. At this time, Bill O'Reilly began his infamous segment Christmas Under Siege and voiced his concerns about New York City's holiday tree and that Christmas decorations were prohibited from public schools. One of the most important things to note when looking at the war on Christmas is who benefits from it. Journalist Daniel Denver said, "The Christmas war is symbiotic, promoting a wholesome effect on ratings and web traffic alike. Liberals mock conservatives, and conservatives then hold up the liberal ridicule," end quote, which in turn promotes presidential candidates and Christian values throughout our nation.
Do you think the media promotes the idea of a war on Christmas simply in order to boost their ratings?
Oh yeah, I think a lot of it is entirely generated again to make news out of something that's not really news. It's kind of sensational journalism, and I guess you can call it. I don't even know if I'd call it journalism. It's really more edutainment or infotainment. I don't know. It's. I don't think it's real news.
Politicians using the war on Christmas brings up a more serious issue of whether or not it is acceptable for politicians to discuss religion in their political campaigns.
Do you think politicians should be allowed to talk about religion in their political campaigns and speeches?
I think it's fine for politicians to talk about religion. I mean, it's again, we have to think about First Amendment rights, and you wouldn't want to tell somebody that they can't discuss religion because, I mean, it's their right to discuss religion if they want to. But I think probably politicians focus too much on religion, or they try to play to a certain demographic. And again, the far right, it would certainly be fundamentalist Christians.
So do you think this is used as a divisive issue between Democrats and Republicans?
I think for those who want to play into it, they use it as a divisive issue, but honestly, I think the majority of folks really don't care one way or the other.
Overall, people just don't care about the war on Christmas, and even the presidential candidates. It's just infotainment. Something to keep us distracted from the boring issues like greenhouse gases and the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Americans don't want the news. They want to be entertained. This brings us to Act 2, social media.
All I want for Christmas is to have a chance, so please take care of the environment.
Take Mr. Gore more seriously and do what you can to stop global warming. No matter what they say, Barack, you did real good. I hope that your successor does the things he or she should. That Mr. Trump, he's an entertaining guy, but let's face it, really is he qualified? And if you wanna make the world a better place, say alright.